Hello, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. In today's video, we will be covering if DC has a Suicide Squad problem. The topic of the video came to me as inspiration sparked by M Enterprises. In his opinion, the Suicide Squad has been heavily pushed and needs a backseat. And we are going to give our opinion on the topic as someone who loves the Suicide Squad. Please check out their video to understand their perspective, and let's get into it. Cue the intro.
I walk in the shadows, uncertain of the road ahead. Life twists and turns like a puzzle yet unsaid.
So, the main argument for the Suicide Squad needing a break is the following: oversaturation and heavily pushed, not rotating the squad members, giving more projects to the Suicide Squad than the Justice League, Harley Quinn, Amanda Waller, what they do, and nobody dies in the games. The first thing I want to touch on is the easiest thing, and it's the point about death, but also squad rotations, since it goes hand in hand. I think a lot of people get the expendable thing wrong. Yes, they're called the Suicide Squad for a reason.
Somewhere very bad to do something that'll get you killed. But until that happens, you're my problem. There's your pep talk.
Compared to your shit, she killed it. So that's it? What, we some kind of Suicide Squad?
I'll notify your next of kin.
But there's also a lot of characters who don't die and are considered mainstays of the group. Mainly Harley and Deadshot. At least in the movies, both animated and live action. And now you can even count the game. They are a main duo, not to mention love interest in some of the comics. We don't talk about the Joker face incident. Bronze Tiger, Captain Boomerang, Cheetah, El Diablo, and Rick Flag are also mainstays. For the most part, familiar faces are what keeps people coming back to read more, and a few losses and replacements along the way helps with the transition. The live action and animated movies also follow this similar structure, with the team almost always having Harley, Deadshot, Killer Frost, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark. Also, keep in mind the second team minus one person in the second Suicide Squad movie all lived, and the first team actually mostly lived out of Flag, Savant, Boomerang, Blackguard, the Detachable Kid, Weasel, Mongol, Javelin, and Harley Quinn. Only 6 people out of 9 died. And it's easy to praise that, but it's within the first 5 minutes, not throughout the movie. 2 of those survivors go on to join the second team later, being Harley and Flag, where the second team is Bloodsport, Peacemaker, King Shark, Ratcatcher 2, and Polka Dot Man, where they proceed to goof off for the next 2 hours until the very end, and only Polka Dot Man dies from the second team, while Flag dies from Team 1, and we get a fake out for Peacemaker. Arguably, Suicide Squad Hell to Pay handled this better. The original squad dies due to betrayal because they're villains, and then Amanda brings in the more notable characters, Harley, Deadshot, Killer Frost, and Boomerang, while introducing 2 new characters to the movie lineup, being Bronze Tiger and Copperhead. As mentioned before, of course Harley, Deadshot, and Boomer live, which the live action got right by killing off a mainstay and rotating the team even more, but we still see 3 out of 6 die in the movie. Only in terms of the games would it be hard to pull off, because it's a game where you switch between characters and is also an online multiplayer. would be extremely difficult to pull off without ruining the premise of the game due to a lack of characters. It's one of those things that's hard to transfer between medias, but the game is adding in new characters all the time, so it becomes a bit of a moot point to say it's only 4 specific characters. Live service problems. Also wanted to add in that it made sense to do Arkham Suicide Squad because it was being set up throughout the games. It was always going to go in this direction. The setup was in Batman Arkham Origins and Batman Arkham Origins Black Gate post-credit scenes.
Figured you'd be by sooner or later. And what happens if I don't sign?
You rot in here, or you work for me. Catwoman?
Released per your orders, Director, with an expunged record and the secret thanks of a grateful nation. Though I don't know why we don't keep a leash on her. She didn't accomplish her primary mission. We had to give Bane back to save face.
Time enough for that, Captain Flagg. Catwoman did do us a great service.
And what's that, Director Waller? Leading us to those 2 degenerates?
You see degenerates, Captain? I see soldiers.
Okay, so about this, I heavily disagree. In terms of actual media, they only made 5 major appearances. Batman Assault on Arkham, Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, and The Suicide Squad, and now the Isekai anime. It would be 10 altogether if you count side appearances in other shows and movies such as Young Justice, Smallville, Arrowverse, Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, and Justice League Ultimate. Deadshot and Boomer are on almost all of these teams' iterations. Outside of that, these are the only time there are main focuses. In a span of 8 years, only 5 things. I wouldn't call that a push or oversaturation. They just started getting their feet off the ground in the mainstream. Just like there actually isn't a shortage of Justice League content since we get a new show or movie specifically about the League every few years. We had 19 plus in the last 9 years, and yes, I'm counting movies that have 2-parters because that has 4, sometimes 6 hours worth of content. If anything, it's the Justice League we need a break from. Again, 19 movies and shows in the last 9 years, that's kind of a heavy push for them, really, compared to the 5 movies and shows we got from the Suicide Squad in 8 years. The thoughts and opinions on Harley is almost universal, so I'm not going to go too much into detail on that. I had my own video on Harley that I'm working on, and I saw that M Enterprises made his own video on Harley too. I'm not going to watch it because I want my own takes on the character, but we all know Batman, Joker, and Harley are like the big 3 of Gotham, or at least that's how DC is trying to push it.
It was him all along, wasn't it? It's always been him.
Now, the opinions on Amanda are new. I honestly would like to see more of Amanda because I want to know what her end goal is. We only ever get vague answers, and she tries to frame what she's doing as good, but we know that she's really a villain in sheep's clothing. It would be nice to get a sense of the real power she holds over the villains, besides sentence shortenings and bombs.
Damn, that is just a mean lady.
Don't get high-spirited on me and ruin a good thing.
But he's... No excuses, Lawton, you get that? No more crap! No more time! No more shenanigans! Nobody screws the wall! Turn around now, goddammit! You dumb piece of shit! Motherfucker! Goddammit! Task Force X! This is your last motherfucking warning!
My problem with Amanda is that she never came off as threatening and always defaults to "don't make me use the bomb," yet can get knocked out with a golf club. More details on what is essentially a background character is more than welcome in my eyes. She has cancer and a growing friendship/trust with Deadshot, well, as close as you can get. But that's all surface level and a pretty big reason why they shouldn't have casted Will Smith as Deadshot, because Deadshot would be a great addition to the Wallace show. They need to recast him. Oh, and by the way, Black Canary was supposed to get her own show or movie after Birds of Prey, but because that was a massive failure, they canceled future projects. Yes, the squad is basically an infiltration team and Amanda's personal toys to carry out whatever she wants, but they have always done other things besides that. Did you know that Suicide Squad actually fought the Justice League before and won? Ordered by Amanda, and they only managed to win because Killer Frost came in clutch and froze everyone. The thing is, how many basic infiltration missions can you do before it becomes boring? Why recruit superhumans when you can get specially trained forces for that? Sticking to the status quo gets a bit boring when you don't use people to their full potential.
I got the hangover, but I don't recall the party.
Oh crap! Not this again!
You too? It's like a bloody recurring nightmare.
Why do you think they make other villains and heroes get in the way? But that's the video, guys. Do you think the squad is oversaturated and need a break, or would you like to see more variations of the team and watch them grow? The Suicide Squad in general would work as a TV show because of the rotations and episodic-like missions, with an overarching story if done right. And I think that Isekai is perfect for that. Leave a comment down below, subscribe, hit the bell, and stay tuned for future content. See ya in the next one.